Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
The resistance from social media and like the public, it fuels the fire in me 1,000%. I've never been so happy about making so many people cry in my life. The minute I get a message saying I cried, I'm like, yeah, okay, great.
Hi, Janhvi. Such a pleasure to see you.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for having me on your show.
You know, I want to congratulate you, first of all, on Gunjan Saxena. Such a lovely film, and you were so good.
Thank you so much.
It moved me in so many ways. I wept. I started crying in the first 3 minutes only. So it was.
I think only you and my sister have done that. And like, I have no clue why. Khushi was like before, like at the title only, she started crying.
Yeah, I mean, there's that slow motion shot of you running towards the helicopter, and I suddenly sort of felt like my tears were coming out, and I was like, wait a minute, we've only begun. Why am I crying already? But I really, it really, really moved me. And I wanted to ask you, you've talked about how much you've given to this role, how hard you prepped for it, how much you worked for it. And now, post-release, it's a few days post-release. Do you feel like the hard work paid off? Are you elated by the response, given that there's no sort of that box office number to measure it by?
I'm extremely happy about the positive response, but I think that the reward for me was more, I think maybe half of it was when Gunjan ma'am saw the film, and her response was so positive, and she said something like, everything I felt and I couldn't say, and everything I went through but could never verbalize, is what I saw you do on screen, and that was a big moment for me. So that was a lot of the reward, and I think the process itself, ma'am, was such a reward for me. Everything that I learned, I think that over the course of filming as well, I became, I think, more comfortable with the camera. I learned a lot. I think that working with such fine actors allowed me to polish my own skill set, meet so many people, do so many things. I think that for me was a bigger part of the reward, as opposed to, I mean, I know I'm sounding diplomatic. Getting good reviews is good and amazing, and like I've been dying for it, but yeah, honestly speaking, I think this holds a lot of value to me.
Of course. But surely, Janhvi, at 23, you're not already that zen-like that you can disconnect completely from the outcome, or are you?
No, I'm not completely disconnected from the outcome. I was very anxious and nervous about it, but and maybe I'm finding it easier to say this because there is a lot of positive to focus on. But I was hopeful through the negative storm that was very apparent in the initial phases as well. I was hopeful and positive, and all of those things through it as well. So yeah, I don't think I'm unaffected, but I think it's easier for me to say that now that it's feeling fairly positive. So I don't know.
I want to talk to you about two scenes in the film. The first is when you're on the phone with your father and you say, I'm never going to let you down. And your voice breaks because there's so much emotion in it. And then there's that last scene with your brother when he finally acknowledges your courage and he acknowledges the validity of your dream. You just had this sort of gamut of emotions and expressions on your face. And I wondered, how did you summon all of that up? What were you thinking of specifically in those two scenes?
Ma'am, for the phone call scene, the lines are so full of emotion themselves, and I've spent a lot of time shooting with Pankaj sir, and I know I was very familiar with the equation that Gunjan, the character, and Anupama Chopra, the father, that they share. And when the whole journey was so personal for me, and we had finished the first half of the schedule, which was shot with Pankaj sir and everything, and I was genuinely missing shooting with him and having him as my father and shooting at the
Lucknow isn't
house. Yeah, and I know what it means to want to fly, because I don't know what it was, just hearing myself say, "Mujhe udna hai, mujhe pilot banna hai, mujhe udna hai," and really like meaning it. I don't even know if this explanation is making sense, because there wasn't anything thought out about it. It was just those lines. It was just imagining my father, like I get Anupama Chopra on the phone on the other side and saying that I'm never going to let him down. That was just enough for me to feel whatever I'm supposed to feel. There was nothing thought out or choreographed about that. So yeah, I think what works better for me is when I limit my realm of reality to what's in frame, and I don't think about what's outside. I'm not one of those actors that goes back into emotional memory or any of those things. And I think that's the same for that scene with Dada, with Angad. We shot that in Georgia, I think, and even that was a very emotional schedule for me because I finally got to fly the chopper, and I think we shot that on the last day. And I've gone through those beats of those scenes where I'm not getting the validation that I want from my brother, and then finally I see him saluting, and automatically as Gunjan, there's so much feeling in you, so you don't have to think too much about it.
You know, by that time, I was a puddle of tears.
I'm very glad that you were. I've never been so happy about making so many people cry in my life. The minute I get a message saying I cried, I'm like, yeah, okay, great.
I think it was before Karan had announced Dhadak. I think I was at the Dharma office to interview him for something else. And, he said to me that he's going to be launching you. And of course, you were already being photographed all the time, and everybody knew who you were, and he must have seen the skepticism on my face. I probably didn't respond or kept a very straight poker face, didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And he said to me, she's one of the hardest working actors I've ever met. I want to know where the work ethic comes from. Were you always like this, or have you sort of cultivated it?
So, I mean, ma'am, a lot of the philosophy of the film, of what they say about what you can do, the only thing that's in your hands is your hard work. I think that that's been my motto my entire life. That's been something that my parents have inculcated in me. That the only thing you can do is work hard. And if you work hard with, good intentions, then you'll get what you have to get. And this sense of privilege, I think, has kind of been baggage that I've carried my whole life. And I feel like I've always felt, even from school, that I need to go the extra mile a little bit. Maybe not for others, but for myself. So I feel like, okay, I've done enough. I've, tick marked all the boxes to work. I've worked the hardest. I've given it my all. So maybe I think I'll deserve the outcome. Like even in school, when I do presentations, there would be students who be like, yeah, but your parents are famous. That's why you got good grades. So I'd always feel like it's just been something I've carried with me my whole life. The only thing I can do is work so hard that I don't question myself at the end of the day.
So you were never lazy?
See, in math, I was very lazy because that I just can't get my head around, and I never will, no matter like what people say. But for things that I'm passionate about, for things that mean something to me, and honestly, acting and films is that in my life. It's the only thing that holds this kind of importance for me. I'll give it my all. I won't stop till I give it everything in me. I can't waste a minute.
That's amazing that you've always had that, because sometimes it takes a while for that kind of work ethic to kind of kick in. And especially if you come from privilege, it's very easy to take it for granted because it does come easier.
Yeah, but I mean, the paranoia of being lazy was very apparent. I think I'm like, after working on Gunjan and Ruafza and their fairly hectic characters and, setups, when I went on to Dostana and it was a little more relaxed, I remember getting paranoid, saying, I'm not sweating, I'm not bleeding, I'm not like, is this how, like, am I not doing enough? But I won't lie. I mean, a lot of the resistance from social media and like the public, it fuels the fire in me 1,000%. And I'm so grateful to them, because if it wasn't for the resistance, then maybe I would have gotten a little complacent and I would have never forgiven myself for that.
But Janhvi, and this is an amazingly sorted response that you've had to this resistance, to the sort of negativity on social media. You said that what you've understood from this situation is that you'll need to be extraordinary for them to accept you. And that's a wonderful way to kind of look at it, right? And I've gotten trolled so badly for liking Gunjan, so I can't even imagine the kind of shit
That's
you're
so
getting.
bad.
No, listen, it's part of my job as well. So I'm okay. I've made my peace with it. But did you at any point have a moment of panic? Did you ever seriously kind of get affected by it or feel like my career might get impacted?
I think that fear is always kind of there, because what you're doing for the public, and when the resistance is from the public, you kind of question. But ma'am, I had this space before I started shooting for Gunjan in a very massive way. Um, but then, honestly speaking, as cheesy as it sounds, through the shooting of this film and through learning from Gunjan ma'am, I realized that if you have self-belief and if you work hard, then really, like, you'll get where you have to get, and it's in your hands, really, whatever. And I think I developed a little bit of a thick skin also, because when Dhadak came out, the kind of comments and trolls and all of those things was much worse, honestly, than it is now. At least now you can somewhere identify that, okay, this isn't constructive criticism, this is maybe with an agenda, this is maybe like a little vindictive or whatever.
Yeah.
So it gives you a sense of like not to like buy into everything that's being said, but at the same time it's important to respect what other people are going through and why they're saying what they're saying. So I developed a bit of a thick skin, and like I said, I intend on getting to a place where whatever the criticism is, whether it's constructive or vindictive, I won't give them a reason for any. And that's, I mean, it's an impossible place to get maybe, but at least if I aim that high, I'll come close.
How did your family deal with it?
My sister's like supremely cool and supremely strong. So she's just like, why? Like, just don't give a shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
But you have to exercise more sensitivity, because I think there's a bigger thing at play, the bigger emotions at play that everyone's dealing with. And I don't ever want to come from a place where I'm sounding like, oh, like sympathize for me, I'm being trolled or any of that stuff, because everyone does have their own journey. And yeah, it hurt my father, but he'd seen the film much before, and his belief in my performance and in the film was very strong, that he was kind of not so affected by the social media situation, and that gave me a lot of strength as well.
That's amazing, because it's always hard to see your kid go through it. On yourself, you can take anything.
Yeah. I mean, there were a couple of days where he was literally stalking me in my house because he didn't know how low I was feeling or how this I was feeling. But I mean, after the initial day or two of feeling bogged down by it, it turns into, at least for me, it just fuels you, to do more. You can't, I can't, there is bitterness in the world. If you take that bitterness and turn even more like angsty and negative with it, then like there's nothing that's coming out of it. So turn it into something good.
Yeah, wise words. Janhvi, before the pandemic, you were probably photographed every day or every other day of your life. I remember talking in our first interview around Dhadak. You were telling me about how much you get photographed outside the gym, and how people come up to you and say, "Ki aapke gym clothes bahut achhe hain," and you were like, "I have other things I do." And then of course there was the brands and the events and the magazine shoots, and this whole sort of machinery of being a Hindi film star, which now is not there, and we don't know how quickly it will be back in place. How are you processing that, and does that sort of give you any kind of cause for concern that all of that was also part of kind of building your persona, or are you in a sense even happier because now it's only about being an actor?
See, ma'am, even then I realized that all of this is chatter and noise around the real job. The real job is the script, the film, what happens between action and cut, and what happens leading up to those moments. It's very important. Perception is important and all of those things, but I'm maybe part of that naive bunch that really thinks that it comes down only to your work. And I wasn't ever really, I liked dressing up and doing the photo shoots and everything, but ultimately I'm here to act. And if I really miss those things, I'll ask Khushi to click a few photos of me and upload it on my Instagram. I think social media is great for those kind of things. I miss meeting people. I miss like sitting like in front of you face to face and having like lights and like a person behind the camera who, like, if I say something funny, I can hear him giggle. Like, I miss human interaction, but I never, I think, put great value on that aspect. I think my high was more if you give a good take and your director like claps for you and then audiences send you message. You know, that's my high more than
So,
this.
so you never bought into the sort of the very seductive peripherals of it.
I've seen it from a very young age. I've seen it wasn't as glamorized or as glorified in my world because it was quite accessible. Being papped from a very young age, going to these award shows was unfortunately a part of my life. So it never felt like an untouchable or like
It wasn't some dazzling
thing.
dream.
Yeah, so yeah, and it wasn't a part of the dream. I'm very thankful for the attention. I love the attention. I love the admiration. But I love this more, and this is the job.
You know, Janhvi, your mom was one of the first movie stars I ever met because my mom, Kamna Chandra, wrote Chandni. So, so I have these such clear memories of the Muhurat of Chandni. It must have been 87, 88. And I remember, you know, her on the stage with this, you know, looking ethereal in these white clothes. And there were these rose petals being thrown on her because that was a scene from the film. And, you know, there was Vinod Khanna on one side and Rishi sir on the other. It was just magical. And I remember being fascinated by her because she was so shy and yet so formidable. You know, and I remember because that was you know, it was one of the few film sets I'd ever been on until then. I remember watching her work because my mom would be on the set, and she was completely somebody else once the camera switched on.
Yeah.
Are you able to sort of switch on, switch off in that way?
I've been told that that's what I do on the sets of Ruh Afza and Gunjan even. I think maybe more Ruh Afza since those characters are extremely, like the physicality and emotionality of it is just another world. But like you said, like even the emotional scenes, I operate better when I'm not thinking of it. I think I'm better when they say action and I can snap into it. So yeah, I mean, I've been told that
you have the same thing.
Yeah, I've been told. Does this sound like arrogant? Am I calling myself like
no,
I never know. I'm so scared now because these comments are so scary these days. You never know. This extraordinary comment that I made where I have to be extraordinary. I saw some of the reaction. They're like, "Khud ko extraordinary bula rahi hai, dekho ye nepotism." But so now what can you do?
You can't. You cannot please them all. There will always be at least a few disgruntled with whatever you've said. You know, so there's no winning it. But that's amazing because I remember just thinking like, how does she do that? It was almost magical how she would completely come alive when the cameras went on. It was amazing.
I mean, she was another level altogether because, you know, one thing that I wish I had more time to observe from her is that she had this wonderful sense to preserve her energy. She would just preserve and observe everything, and like she would just store everything in her chip, and she wouldn't waste it on like anyone. And
I remember her being very quiet between shots, you know. She wasn't one for like socializing and kind of you know, giggling or laughter, and she just sat there and then bang, she was back on.
Because her, like, she had blinders on. She didn't want to.
It was amazing. The other thing that I read that you've inherited from your mom is being religious. You said often that you're a very religious person, and that is because she was very religious. Janhvi, does religion help to process a workplace which is extremely uncertain? Does it help? Does it give you some sense of stability and kind of, you know, just centering you in a way?
I think spirituality does. I think religion and spirituality give me focus more than anything else. I think the spirituality of it makes me feel calm, makes me feel positive. I remember the reason, the reason me and Sharan actually got close was because I randomly called him up one day and we like didn't even start readings then. I said, okay, just come with me to Tirupati. I'm climbing up for the first time ever. And he said, okay. And that 3,785 step climb, I've seen him like gasp, almost faint. He's going to kill me because he wants me to talk about his great stamina in interviews, and I am exposing him. But yeah, like, and somewhere attribute that to like a religious climb. Maybe people will laugh at it when they hear it, but for me, it's a positive thing. So yeah.
Tell me, you sound like a very serious young person, and I don't mean that in any patronizing way, but you sound like that and you've spoken in interviews about how for you a good time is sort of watching an older Hindi film, and how you often think you should have been born in the 50s and 60s. So Janhvi, what do you do for fun?
Ma'am, I'm not serious at all. This is all a farce. This is another character I've got into.
This is the interview character, right?
This is the interview character. My friends actually tell me that my brain hasn't developed past the age of 5. That like I'm still stuck there mentally. Because I'm very childish, I think. But my idea of fun is eating good food, is traveling, and it's watching movies. It is watching movies. It comes down to that. My good time is to watch a piece of cinema that moves me. And yeah, nothing beats that, I think.
Yeah, same. I completely agree. Food and movies, what more do you need?
That's what you live for.
Absolutely. Tell me what's next.
So Ruafza is completely ready. I think we're just trying to wait and see, what happens with the pandemic. We still have, I think 40% or 50% of Dostana left to shoot. But as of now, I think everything's kind of on a standstill because of Corona. But yeah, so just waiting and watching.
Are you reading scripts? Have you read anything you like?
Yeah, I've read a couple of scripts, but I was honestly speaking, I was waiting for Gunjan to come out because I was just hoping that, people might see me in a light and take me a little more seriously. So yeah, let's see now.
Ideally, what do you want to do? Let's say they do take you seriously. Like, what do you mean take you seriously though? Are they giving you sort of very teeny bopper roles? What kind of roles were coming to you?
No, not teeny bopper roles, but so after Ghost Stories, actually the roles that I was being offered, they weren't exactly, your conventional teeny, but they did have a good amount of meat and backing to it. But I think I'm a selfish actor. I think I look at a script and I look at it like, is this an opportunity to learn from? Is this a role that will be memorable, that I'll like idolize when I watch? I think that even if that means that I'll get to sing and dance and like, but I just feel like there needs to be something that it's offering me and that I can offer to it. So yeah, hopefully more of those will come my way now.
Are you comfortable calling directors and saying, I'd like
Yeah, 100%. I actually find that process better. I feel like I'm no one in the scheme of things, honestly, to sit and be like, abhi movies aayenge mere liye. But so I'm much more comfortable going, and I actually enjoy auditioning that entire process. In fact, I auditioned for films within Dharma also.
They ask you to audition?
I actually auditioned for a film in Dharma only that I didn't end up getting.
That's amazing. So who tells you that you didn't get it? Karan tells you?
No, the director will tell me, and then Karan will also say, okay, for this reason, you're looking too young or whatever. But I'm happy that I get the opportunity to audition, because even that's a big deal, honestly. And you need to know that many people don't even get to that stage. So, and I enjoy that process. At least, puri film nahi kar paye, ek scene to kar liya. So, yeah, I enjoy auditioning.
And you don't take the rejection to heart. You're okay.
But even in that process, you learn something. And yeah, I will be bummed out if it's a film that I really, really wanted to do. But maybe because of my spirituality or my religion, I really do believe that everything happens for a reason. And I am a good person, so I know good things will happen to me.
That's lovely. And tell me finally, Janhvi, one of the nicest things you heard about your performance in Gunjan Saxena? Like, what are some words that have really stayed with you?
There are many. I really liked that you complimented me also.
Thank you. I really
Uh,
liked what you did. Really, it just, and it's very tough. It's very tough. You were in every frame of that film, I think.
Yeah, yeah, but I enjoyed it like that. That's why when, like, in other films, when I'm waiting in the van, I'm like, this is not feeling normal. But no, but I was really, because this hashtag expressionist was happening. So when you said the gamut of expressions, I was like, she se neend aayegi mujhe aaj. But but I think what Gunjan ma'am said meant a lot to me. Shabana auntie called me up, and so many actors that I respect so much and I look up to so much have called up when they really didn't need to. So yeah, Manju Warrior, who's a Malayalam actress who I adore completely, she sent Dad a message, and yeah, all of this means a lot to me. The Guardian, apparently, I think they did a review and they never apparently mention an actor's name in the headline, and they did that, so I felt cool. Feeling little cool now.
That's lovely. Good things are happening, and may they continue to happen. Janhvi, thank you so much.
Thank
so
you
nice
so
to chat
much.
with you.
Thank you, Anupama. Hi guys, this is Janhvi Kapoor, and if you like this video, please subscribe to Film Companion.